His name is Joe Fleetwood, General Secretary of the Maritime Union of New Zealand. Joe's a fifth-generation seafarer and dock worker. 35 years ago, he joined the New Zealand Seafarers Union. And Joe understands how important it is to stand up for workers' rights and challenge the greedy employers. That's what the New Zealand dockers did when they went up against an anti-union campaign organized by the ports of Auckland. It was an all-out fight for the future of their union. The port wanted to casualize workers. They wanted good union jobs turned into junk jobs, with no job security, no minimum wage, no minimum hours, no schedules, and no seniority. What they really wanted to do was no union. So the lines were drawn, and Joe Fleetwood and MUN's members were on the front lines. It was a 3-year struggle that Joe went through. They asked for help, and 72 hours later, ILWU members were marching on the picket lines with Joe Fleetwood. Joe, the ILWU, is proud to be there and proud to assist, and that's what this is all about. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce Joe Fleetwood.
No pressure from Snow well. I've just got 10 pages. I wouldn't do that to you, though. I wouldn't do that to you. I bring fraternal greetings from the Maritime Union of New Zealand. And I suppose I should start off with aloha to all the brothers and sisters of the mighty ILWU. Aloha! Aloha! I'd also like to acknowledge the International, Big Bob, Wesley, Ray and Willie, and also I think it's paramount that we acknowledge the staff for putting on the convention and doing all the hard yards behind it. Also, I'd just like to send a big aloha out to Local 142 Hawaii and the local president, Donna Domingo, a woman labour leader fighting from the front. And I believe that's a great and proud thing, and it's a good tradition for us as having women labour leaders coming from a very male-dominant society as in the maritime industry, seafaring and dock workers. So I'd just like to I won't go over everything that's been said over the last 4 days. I think we have been very privileged. I've been very privileged to be here and listen to all the past speakers that we've had. And I'm glad my good friend Steve Todd, the last speaker, never gave me any cheek, because you never give the second speaker cheek because he has the chance to stitch you up. And I don't have to do that, so thanks, Steve. I'd just like to acknowledge some people and just some thanks. Just would like to acknowledge our veterans, our pensioners, as you call them. Without their past struggles, fights and commitment to the cause, we wouldn't be here today enjoying our wages and conditions. But I think most important, and last but not least, I'd like to acknowledge the wives, the husbands, partners, families or full-time union officers for their great sacrifices they make. We can't do or be effective without that support that they provide, I'd just like to thank them too, so on behalf of us as well. I won't keep this long, as this is the business end of the convention. We must educate, organise. Educate, organise, educate and organise. So I think that's our main theme that we take out of this conference. We go back, talk to our rank and file. What came out of conference? The right to educate and organise our workers. You're never too old to learn, and if you think you are, well, you should get out of the game. And that's the thing, so educate and organise. Our relationship between the Maritime Union of New Zealand and the ILWU was forged many years ago by ILWU international officers, Harry Bridges and others, attending our national conventions in New Zealand. So going way back when, is what it was. And that tradition continues today, as we've had the ILWU attending our past and previous national conventions. And from here on in, we'll always have a standard invite to attend ours every 4 years. Bob touched on Ports of Auckland dispute. 3.5 years of struggle, fighting, not only with scabs and inside internal fights, strikes, lockouts, pickets and mass rallies, attended by this union, the mighty ILWU. The call went out and the ILWU, as Bob said, within 72 hours was on the plane, all the presidents from the West Coast down, all the locals attending our mass rallies and our picket lines in here. So also the international family that's in the house today. So I'd just like to thank you all for attending, and the call went out and he's attended us. Thank you very much. Bob's right. The employer took us on with one intention in mind: to smash organised labour on the waterfront of New Zealand. It was the longest serving union, just very similar like Australia, the UA on the waterfront. 140, 150 years, and we want to be there for the next 140, 150 years. They tried to smash organised labour. They didn't. They failed. Why? Because of the unwavering power and strength of my rank and file, and knowing the ILWU have our backs, along with the international family here today. I'll finish up with, I think I need to give our big mate a good rap, Big Bob McElrath. Brother Willie Adams summed up your leadership skills and credentials on the opening day. A proven, rock-solid, uncompromising Labour leader, willing to go to jail to defend his membership's right to work. And that's commitment, dedication. Bob, it's a pleasure to know you, my good friend, and be associated with the mighty ILWU. Big Bob McElrath. I have a gift today. It's also, prior to representing the gift, I have my Deputy National Secretary, Ray Fife here. I present the gift on behalf of the union to the international, and Ray representing a gift on behalf of Local 142. So it's traditional carving, Mr. Manai, represents the balance between the air, land, sea, and which we all live and work upon. There's a big script inside it, but what I'll do is I'll just present. So just as I say, the guardian spirit plays an important role in the married world. To the married, every person on the earth has a guardian spirit to guide them through life. The Manaya is an iwi spiritual guardian, overlooking the whole iwi, which is all your family, everything, which is the union. Provider and protector over the air, water and land. They normally have the head of a bird for the sky, the body of a man for earth, the tail of the fish symbolic of the balance that they have between all three remains. So just to the ILWU 36th International Convention, Honolulu, Hawaii 2015, Unity and Solidarity from the Maritime Union of New Zealand. Just a few small personal Greenstone gifts that have been blessed, just on behalf of the international to the international officers. Rob, on behalf of the Maritime Union, it's for yourself. And for Willie and Ray.
It's been a long-held tradition for my people, the Indigenous people of New Zealand, the Maori, my iwi, tribe, Ngāi Tahu, my hapu, sub-tribe, Ngāti Mamo, to present koha gift to local 142 Hawaii. This gift is our waka, canoe, and represents the travel that our ancestors done, Polynesians, throughout the South Pacific. We travelled far and wide, and the mythical lesson is that our people believe that they came from a place called Hawaii. So this symbolises that travel, and I'd like to present it to Donna, Local 142.